a browser-based game where we can change major events in history. Basically, we change one event, and it's going to change a whole bunch of other things, and here are just 4 of the random things that we get to start with. It can be different every single time. We can change this heliocentric model. There's possible modifications there. We can possibly modify the American independence, maybe making them not become a country at all, change the French Revolution, or abolish slavery. Wow. And everything we do is going to cause different other dates to happen, and it's going to change, obviously, the timeline. I'm going to try my best to log the borders on this map just to get an idea of what we have done to the chaos, just what we've done to the globe in general. Let's start with this and see what we can change. The Americas decide to free themselves from European domination. They are no longer colonists. So how do we plan to change the past? Well, let's go ahead and bring down the Patriots. See what happens. Already, we have caused Europe to rule America forever. You've changed the past. Let's see the consequences. So if we go down the timeline, we're gonna get different events to change, but right here, this happened in 1975. British Crown names America West Britannia and conquers Latin and South America, so we have a British-controlled Western Hemisphere by 1817. How did they conquer all of that? Buckingham Palace is now transferred to New York in 1816. 1939, Britannia and West Britannia crushed the third, in a 6-day lightning, what? I guess it makes sense. The Brits are pretty powerful here. The Indian, okay, so they've stopped an Indian insurrection. Whoa! Whoa, hold up. This ended up having some drastic consequences. I should have, I don't know what I expected, actually. I don't want to say I should have expected that, but that's the last thing that would come to my mind, honestly. Okay, so basically, the British have colonized all of the West. They defeated Germany. They didn't take over Germany, I'm assuming, but they probably, like, crushed them and separated them. So the globe looks something like this right here for now. We have other things that we're going to change, and I'm sure this is going to lead to different borders in the future. Oh, wait. Well, they never talked about if the British still, like, colonized Africa. Maybe they didn't. I'm going to leave the imperialization alone because I think we'll see something with that in the future. And, of course, we can't forget about the awkward thing that happened here. Let's just, I don't know. I'll just kind of make a note of that. That pretty much sums it all up, basically. All right, cool. Fun time. Good times, good times. So now we have different modifications that we can make. First English colony in America, Jamestown. So we could change that. But I think this would have maybe a little bit of a bigger impact. So let's do something with this. So yeah, this is eradicating 30 or 50% of the population. We all know about that. We can spread the vaccine across Europe or cure the plague by saying it's the word. I think this one's gonna be more exciting. Let's pick this one. So, I guess they don't have to worry about it anymore. I guess we've kind of fixed that whole Black Plague thing. So in 1347, the Pope has saved Europe. In 1402, Catholicism of the Doctor becomes the first... Whoa! This is the first faith? Constantinople becomes the Holy See. Okay, something else in 1517? I don't even know what that is. Thousands of medical missionaries leave to convert the Americas. Okay, now this is before it's called West Britannia. Colonists in North America adopt scientific medicine. The medical empire occupies all of Asia Minor. When did that happen? Medical wars between Europe and America. It's 1796. Yes, and then almost 21 years later, that's when the British name it West Britannia. I guess ultimately just the biggest change is that we now have 10 billion population by the year 1971. Obviously twice as much as we have now, and this is 50 years ago. So I guess Byzantium never falls because this holy medical empire conquered Asia Minor. So really the only map change is this. Oh, and then we have to just imagine that there are 10 billion humans, if not more, because if it's 2020 now and they had 10 billion humans in 1971, I don't even know, 20 billion? Maybe we should get another plague just to even things out. Let's see what kind of mess we can now cause this world if Christopher Columbus doesn't discover America. So Christopher Columbus has embarked through the Atlantic, things like that. We can lose Christopher Columbus en route or explain to Columbus that this is a new continent. Ooh. All right, I don't really know what this is gonna do. And I guess you can't know the results. Let's pick losing him. So he has embarked. I guess he's been sabotaged though, changing the direction. He moved, he went north. The expedition turns in circles until it runs out of supplies. Columbus returns to Europe defeated. Okay, so he's not gone. He hasn't been eliminated. Okay, so obviously nothing before this has changed. We still have to go to the event. So here it is, 1492. 1500, unification of those clans? What is that? Conquest of Africa by the European powers. So imperialization is happening, but it's happening in 1502. Oh, maybe the Europeans have nothing better to do, so they're like, hey, let's just go down there, I guess. Okay, this guy has gone around the Eurasian and African continent. Battle of Britain against Spain for the domination of the Congo, 1588. First English colony, Jamestown in Japan. Wow. Okay, just wanted to make sure we log that. That's now a thing. All right, I just now realized we've completely destroyed Western Britannia. That's now not a thing anymore. However, I love how this remains the same. Not sure how, but all right. So are these natives to America have crossed the Atlantic and discovered Europe because the Europeans decided they didn't ever discover the Western Hemisphere. Battle of the Atlantic between America and Europe. There was a peace treaty though in 1817, and after the peace treaty, Buckingham Palace was built in New York, so that still happened in 1860. The African Wars for Independence, because remember imperialization happened in like the 16th century. Okay, well there were definitely conflicts. I don't really know. I think you guys are now your own thing, but they're still gonna refer to you as West Britannia. It never told us who won in the Congo. I guess we'll just keep it as Spain, possibly. Okay, now the world looks something like this. It doesn't look as dominant, I guess, because the British were forced to fight a lot more with the natives. I don't know. Also, Africa's big mess now. Is Japan even like independent anymore? I don't even know. There is a city though named Jamestown in there. Forgot to mention this is East Britannia. I didn't read that part. I gotta do this one. I gotta do this one. Genghis Khan conquers the world. So we can either kidnap Genghis or suggest to Genghis to take over the West. I guess let's just make this world even more chaotic. Let's have him conquer all the West. Okay, so Genghis Khan is now setting out to conquer the entire world. So Mongolia has sieged Warsaw, Paris, and London in 1221. Marco Polo, ambassador of peace, is quartered by Khan in Rome. What does that even mean? I don't understand what that means. China revolts against Mongolia and conquers it while Mongolian troops are in the West. Oh, reverse card. They should have built a wall. Fall of the Mongol Empire. Dang. Their empire lasted for about 100 years, something like that. Interestingly, it didn't affect the rest of the timeline. That happened so early in history that, oh, sometimes there's at least one thing. Oh, that's it. I guess the British and Paris just got to see what it was like to have horses stomp on your towns. I'm just curious what this would even be like at this point. Like, what would this look like? Okay, so we can either prevent it. We can prevent it. Who knows what powers are involved, or prolong it. Why not keep the fighting up? Oh yeah, and by the way, this is showing me that I'm doing just terrible things to this universe. All right, here we go. So in 1914, it begins. It's the Endless War. Okay, 20 million, 5 years later. Whoa, okay. Wow, you know what? You know what's nice about this? I think we fixed the whole fact that this world was super overpopulated. I'm proud about that. Failure of the Paris peace talks, 1939. It's 25 years later, guys. Get over it. Oh, the French trench. The Europe zone yeah, so much. Not spicy wind. It's now unfit for life. I think Europe is now uninhabited. Okay, this is getting ridiculous now. War of the 1,000 ships on the Pacific front. Hey, good. We still have time to do the whole space thing. That's great. Establishment of fertility programs to support. This is getting ridiculous. So now we've even ruined Africa at this point in 1999. I don't even know where to begin with this one. We've kind of completely destroyed the world. I don't even really know how to begin here. We're just gonna take a big ol' X. You guys are no longer playing the game. I'm sure this is still West Britannia, who, I mean, maybe they control some natives still there, some they're probably colonies too. East Britannia is still there. Jamestown was still discovered. Oh, but this probably didn't happen. I don't think it's gone anymore. Okay, the palace is now back. Out of all the things, that's the one thing that changed for sure. That's what they deleted that from the timeline. You know, I'm starting to think that we should have started from the very beginning of the dates and then moved on. We started from present time and then went back into, so we kept ruining stuff. Okay, so do we want to encourage Rome in its policy of expansion or encourage Rome in its internal that? All right, well, let's just go ahead and continue to ruin things and make them even bigger. So negative 753, the Roman Empire has decided to conquer the world. The Roman Empire takes out Greece and tribes in Europe, subdues at least. Roman Empire subdues the tribes in North Africa. Okay, pretty normal so far. Oh my goodness, the Romans have crushed Alexander the Great in Babylon. Okay, that's not normal. So the Romans have risen way faster, I see. And they're now in China. Okay, this is crazy. Uh-oh, okay, so this is still a thing. Oh, fall of the Roman Empire in 150 AD. Is there anything else? Sometimes there's one more. Uh-oh. That might be the only thing. That's all they've done. That's all they've done. We might have made the wrong choice. They didn't have any lasting impacts. They still ended up falling just at different dates. There would still be a holy medical empire though, because Rome fell, they split into two, and then they fixed the whole plague thing. Okay. Viking colonization of Iceland and discovery of America, because why not? I don't know if this will have lasting impact. Suggest Eastern expansion or emphasize the importance of the Vinland colony. So we can have the Vikings probably conquer Russia or colonize America. Well, let's mess things up even more. Here we go. So they're heading west. Creation of Vinland and the founding of that. Oh no, not Viking names, not Scandinavian names. They found this on the island of Manhattan. Oh boy, is that gonna be gone? Some bad gonna happen to that now? England begins a 300-year period of peace. That's an odd time to do that in. The Vikings are now fighting off natives in America. Finland rejects the Native American alliance in California. Finland conquers lands of Canada. Finland eradicates the Aztecs. No! How dare you? Construction of Odin. Or something. Construction of the Pyramid of Thor. So they're just like replacing places in Mexico. They're doing horrible things. They're so horrible. Finland, well, wait a second. So in our timeline, Jamestown is actually in Japan. I'm confused. Okay, so Europe is now really sick of Finland in the Western Hemisphere. There was finally a peace treaty in 1733. I don't even know what the hell is going on in the West anymore. We have a native nation. We still have West Britannia and a lot of like Viking influences. Okay, I think it's safe to say North America looks something like this with the Vikings in purple, Vinland, I'm sorry, in purple. We know the natives still had California. The British are still here. I don't know. This is my interpretation of it. South America hasn't changed much though. Now this is a 2020 map. Remember that. I still have like this is what happened before the Great War happened and eliminated this continent. Because remember, like, eventually no one lives here anymore. It's uninhabitable, but you can still see like the history behind it. Let's do something that's not going to completely break our timeline here. Invention of the microchip. Prevent the creation of the integrated circuit. Unlock the secrets of miniaturization. This will probably not change any borders, which I really like. Okay, so this all happened in 1958. In 1961, massive distribution of personal computers connected by the internet. In 1961, we've got the web monopolizes 30% of the world's economy. First IA for regulating societies. First conscious AI established in 1995. Oh, Africa was still annihilated in 1999. Attack on servers around the world by anti-AI. Okay, so basically everything stays the same except computers and internet and AI. Technology advanced faster, but it didn't stop any of the other chaos from happening. All right, so we're gonna turn Hamlet into a comic play. To be or not to be, that is the joke. Okay, so Hamlet's eggs and makes, okay, he writes Hamlet's eggs and makes the world laugh. The civil war, what? In England ends in laughter. So we've stopped the internal conflict in England faster. Birth of the comic movement in 1702. The last laugh, epidemic of laughs in the world. La sad censorship. Comedies are prohibited and most books are burned. What are we doing? It's 1840. In 1991, Neo-Comic reborn through television series. So we have a world where the internet was discovered faster, but it wasn't funny. There was no memes, or at least the memes were really trash. First laughter from the Neo-Comic series, and then 2003 internal, whoa, what the hell? Honestly though, this world looks like there wouldn't be much laughter anyways, so I think we picked the right choice. All right, we're gonna see what happens if we make the Ottomans much thicker. They're gonna be thick boys. Okay, so in 1520, we have this man, the Magnificent, conquering Africa for the Ottomans. The Ottomans have now conquered Central Africa. The Ottoman Empire moves its capital and dominates all of Africa and Asia Minor. Now this is getting confusing because didn't the Europeans go after America too earlier because they didn't discover Western Britannia, whatever. Ottoman African army crushes. Oh no, the HRE in Vienna? We have conflicts between Europe and the Ottomans. In 1880, there's another one. This time they battled over Africa. Wait a second. Okay, so this happened. Oh my goodness, we ended mankind. That just ended all of mankind. Everything, it's over in 1948. I guess that's kind of a perfect ending for just a chaotic mess of a world. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
And big thanks to the Patreon supporters. Knock knock. Who's there? Make a who? Make a Discord snowflake. Imagine carrying a baby for 9 months, just to name him Drew. Worriedgiglet. Deezer123. Mike. Stormtrooper 501. Mac. LuxembourgLover. RalseiTree. Bend over. Some guy from Iceland. Joe Dover. Splendid Savage. Popcorn 2008. DOOCHBAGGINS. Smacker 3000. I'm the real 06. Arian After Hours. Riley A. Mayonnaise Incorporated. Bowlin like Tyler Beach. Polavsky. Maxy G. Elijah Senpai. And Elphie C.